This is gonna be my night entry in my series called "Message to the Black Community." Um, and listen, man. I want to be clear. First of all, I want to apologize for anybody who is subscribed to my channel. I want to apologize for not uploading the last couple of days, but I'm cooking. I'm cooking up something, and I'm about to flood y'all out with this work. Um, but I want to speak on something right now. I was watching Tucker Carlson the other night, and a brother by the name of Vince Everett Ellington, um, came on there and he was speaking about some things. And I'm gonna let y'all hear what he's speaking about. Before I get into what he's speaking about, I want to speak about something, right? And the reason why the reason why I put this in, because I got a new series I'm gonna be starting called "Message to the Church." And I was gonna put this one in there and then break it up in a couple video, but I say no, I'm about to just go ahead on and go all the way in. Because I seen some very, very disturbing. Um, I seen something very disturbing on Twitter by this young lady who, once again, brothers, and I'm gonna take you to this young lady page. But my channel is a pro truth channel. My channel is not a channel where we bash black men, we bash black women. Um, this stupid gender war, this all this foolishness and division that's in the black community. This ain't that channel. So if you looking for one of those channels, you might have seen the title and said, "Oh, Message to the Black Community." I'm gonna see what he talking about. If that or if you think I'm one of those guys who gonna ponder to you and tell you, "Hey, listen, it's not your fault. It's the white man. It's the blue man. It's the green man." If that's what you off into and that's what the kind of content that you like, this is not the channel for y'all. I don't want to waste your time. I don't want, you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm putting this out there as a disclaimer, because I don't want you to watch the video, because I'm sure I don't want to waste your time, because I don't know how long this video gonna be. And if you off into any one of those categories that I just stated, this ain't a channel for you. I'm not an activist, because as we know, activists is just people with a loud mouth and no solution. That's what they are. However, I'm solutions based and solutions oriented. And on this channel, I'm speaking strictly to the black kings and the black queen. And we understand that everybody black is not a king or a queen. We understand it. If you don't understand it, I'm sorry to break that news so you can bust your bubble. Every black woman is not a black queen. Every black man is not a black king. Now, we do have a lot of black kings and black queens that don't understand who they are at this particular time, and that's another reason I created this channel, because if you agree with the things that I'm saying and you take the things that I'm saying and apply them to your life, that means that's this channel for you. But if you the one who gonna come on here with the foolishness in the comment section, blaming other people, coming up with excuses, and just doing this foolishness that go on in the black community far too much, with no solution, just a whole bunch of wham, want to hug from the white man. Basically, I'm gonna say this here: if you a liberal black woman or a liberal black man, you wokety woke. You're not a king. You're not a queen, right? You're not gonna be a part of the ruling class. You're a part of the working class, right? And what you're gonna be is either you're gonna be one or two things moving forward. You're gonna be a part of the quote unquote last, or you're gonna be a casualty. Why is that? Because moving forward, you have to be reformed or be removed. Because us kings and queens, we do not have no more room for dead weight. So you're either gonna be a peasant or a casualty. Liberal black man, liberal black woman, wokety woke Negroes who always crying and always blaming somebody and always standing on their soapbox talking about what the white man did and this, that, and the third. And all they want is a hug from the white man. All they want is for the white man or the white woman to hug them and say, "Lean your head on my shoulder, it's going to be all right." I agree with you. We are the problem. Slavery is why y'all where y'all at. Jim Crow. police brutality. That's y'all problem. That's why y'all killing each other. That's why y'all having babies out of wedlock. That's why y'all aborting y'all children at all time high. It's our fault, right? And the liberal whites, which we was warned about 60 years ago by the great Malcolm X, warned us about those liberal whites. All y'all is going to be a part of the casualties, all the peasants moving forward. But that's all the liberal black man and black woman want is a hug. Because why is that? They have a big mouth with no solution. Right? But also, like I always say on this channel, for the group of black people that's 40 and under, liberals, I want to be clear on that. Because see, black kings and black kings, you think for yourself. You make your own decisions. You may listen to other people. You may admire other people. You may even take a piece of advice from somebody else. But at the end of the day, you think for yourself. Black king or black queen. Black liberals don't do that. Black liberals 40 and under, they let athletes, celebrities, rappers, singers, actors think for them. Black liberals 40 and older, which a lot of them, I hate to say it, gonna just have to die off because of most of these older Negroes, 50 plus, that's supposed to be our elders, don't have nothing to teach us. Dumb is a doorknob. Still telling us to vote for the Democratic Party. Still, they don't believe in Jesus. They don't believe in God. They believe in the pastor. Right? So those black, liberal blacks, 50 and over, 45 and older, they believe the only person they listen to, they don't think for themselves. They listen to who? The Democratic Party, the members of the members of the Democratic Party, which are evil and the party of the Antichrist. Black people who want to stay voting Democrat, you are not a king. You're not a king, queen. You do not have a ruling class mentality if you still vote for the Democratic Party and you black. Especially if you Christian, especially if you believe in the Most High, especially if you believe in the scriptures, so say, let you tell it. You are not a child of God. You are not a king. You are not a queen, and you will not be moving forward if you supporting the Democratic Party and you black. If you're a black supporter of the Democrat, now some blacks are supporting the Democratic Party because they don't know. They haven't got this wisdom. They haven't been enlightened. Nobody never brought them another side, which is common sense at this point because there's too much information out there at this point for people to be saying they a king, a queen, meaning that they make their own path. They think for themselves. Ain't nobody tell them what to do. They do their own thing. They may listen to other people for advice. They may take a piece of meat off somebody's table. But for the most part, they think and make their own decisions. Right is right, wrong is wrong. They believe in the Most High. They believe in the scriptures. Right? And if you believe in the Most High, you believe in the scriptures, there's no way you can vote for the Democratic Party, the party of the Antichrist. Pro-LGBTQ against the Most High. Pro-abortion against the Most High. And I got you when you hit the link in my bio, I got a lot of videos on there on why Christians shouldn't vote for the Democratic Party. You know, when Barack Obama came in office, that was one of the biggest tests, especially for the black church. Why is that? Because a lot of black people, black pastors especially, told their congregations to vote for Barack Obama. Why is that? Because he was black. Even though he passed a law that went against the Most High, one of the most, you know, the Bible speak about some sins is punishable by death, and homosexuality is an abomination. God hate homosexuality, right? God hate it, and so a lot of black people wouldn't vote because most black people, once again, like I said, 45 and older, they don't believe in God. They believe in the pastor, and their pastors told them to go vote for Obama. And a lot of them, even if they don't go to church, they voted for Obama because he was black. But if you're a Christian and you believe in the Most High and his scriptures, it's no way you had no business vote for nobody who was pro-LGBTQ to the point where he passed a law that says men and women can be, men can marry men and women can marry women, which ushered in this LGBTQ movement that we got going on right now. And then you have a lot of dumb Christians. Yeah, I said dumb. Paul called them foolish Galatians, so I'm using the word dumb. A lot of dumb Christians tell people that Christians shouldn't be involved with politics. Well, guess what? That's why right now, if you're a pastor and you deny somebody from getting married at your church of the same sex, you can be sued. But if the church would have went out and voted for not voted for Obama, because a lot of the churches voted for the situation that caused them to be brought under litigation if they don't marry the same sex couple, because they voted for Obama and told their members to vote for Obama. And we know what Obama brought in. Obama broke the floodgates of the LGBTQ. And once he gave them the right to get married, they think right now, mentally ill people, because if they LGBTQ people, most of them, not all, some of them are people who, they was molested and certain things happened to them and ruined them, and they just need to be delivered. But the ones who trying to force that on people that like it's normal, they are mentally ill, right? And so now you got a mentally ill people, when you gave them the right to marry like normal men and women do, they thought what they was doing was right, and that made them want to just go too far. So now they trying to do everything. They in our schools doing drag shows, but yet they don't want to have a Pledge of Allegiance and prayer in school. But they got drag show. But that's another video for another day. Like I say, I make these videos. It's a blessing for anybody that listens to it. But my videos are posted, and my videos are directed for the black queen and the black king, so they can know who they is. And if they don't know who they is, by them listen to me, they can follow the path that I'm giving them with the solutions that I'm giving them to get their crown. Or quote unquote, they already got their crown. A lot of them just don't know it because they being misled by the people who I said. Not only they family members, but in the age group, the 40 and under and the 40 and over, they get misled, right? Because they don't have no voices like me. All they got is black, quote unquote, activists and wokety woke black liberals who gets on a soapbox and do all this whooping and hollering. What I'm gonna play for y'all later in this video, and all that with no solution. Just a bunch of yappity yap, 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 yap. So people can look at him and say, hey, she's speaking, she talk, when she's not saying, or he is not saying anything to help you in your life. Right? But going back to what I was saying, going back to a lot of issues in our community, in our personal lives, can be fixed in the black community on our own. We don't need anybody to help us fix our issues. And it's a number of issues, but one of the issues that we can fix starting out is voting for the right party. Now, if you don't want to vote, that's fine. That's perfectly okay. I support vote. I believe you should vote. It's a right that we have in this great country. But if you don't feel like you don't feel like your vote matter, which it does. But if you don't feel like your vote matter, that's fine. You don't vote. That's all good. Right? But if you're going to go out there and vote as a black man or a black woman, as a black Christian, you should not, and even if you're not a black Christian, as a black man or woman, you should not be going to vote for the Democratic Party. So I'm going to let my brother Everett Ellison, my brother Vincent Everett Ellison speak, and of course I'm going to chime in.
If you've been to Sheila Jackson Lee's district in Houston lately, or Selma, Alabama, for example, you will come to a pretty obvious conclusion. Democrats care deeply about the people, but not at all about actual people. Selma, Alabama, they never stop talking about it, but have they done anything to make Selma a decent place or help the people who live there? No! It never occurs to them. Our friend Vince Everett Ellison has just produced a new documentary on this fact. Here's a preview from it.
You're voting for a party that tells you they are going to abort children up to the 9th month, castrate little boys, and call them little girls, mutilate little girls and cut off their breasts and give them puberty blockers. And you don't think you're going to be held responsible? As we look at the Democratic Party and the chaos that they bring on our community, our young men, our young women, I have to ask you to look at what they've done to us. Look done to us. Look at what they've done to us. Anybody in the Democratic Party that tells you any different, he's a liar, he's an apostate, he's the prophet of God, and he should be rejected by any Christian walking on this earth. And he's inviting you to go to hell with him. Don't go with him. Don't go.
The documentary, as you saw, is called Will You Go to Hell For Me? It's out on February 25th at willyougotohellforme.com. Vince Everett Ellison produced that documentary. We're honored to have him join us tonight. Vincent, thank you so much for coming on. So you grew up in the Delta, in a world completely controlled by the Democratic Party. You've made a study of that party your life's work. What do you conclude in this documentary?
Well, Tucker, thanks for having me. And
of course,
your viewers can go to willyougotohellforme.com and view the whole trailer and also purchase this video if they're so inclined. Look, this started from a trip my daughter and I had, and we stopped by McDonald's, and this lady going to a pro-abortion march asked my daughter to join her because she saw she was black and she thought she was a liberal Democrat. And my daughter very, very nicely said to her, "Ma'am, I'm a Christian and I vote my values." And that was just so interesting to me because that's...
I want to pause it right there for 1 second, because you got a lot of Christians, man, and it's just so, it's so pathetic, it's so tasteless, and it's kind of at this point aggravating that they'll get in church and they'll like, and I got some videos on my channel about that, like the evil, wicked Raphael Warnock, evil, wicked Jamal Bryant, and how these people does not care about the people. Now they gonna be held accountable. I know they might have a call, they might have a fame, they might have the money, all that's fine right now. But them, as well as all these black liberals, are in for some, or is in for judgment that's gonna be too far. That is gonna be too much. Now some of them, they may, change, and some of them they not, and they gonna be judged here on earth and in the afterlife. This is why the scriptures say, those who will be last now are going to be first, and those who first now are going to be last. A lot of these people are going to be peasants or casualties. They will face judgment for what they're doing. Don't get it twisted. They will face judgment for what they're doing. But a lot of these black churches, I've went to them. I had people who I looked up to and spoke with, and pastors, and they supported the Democratic Party. And a lot of people, Hosea 4:6 in the scriptures say, a lot of my people destroy for a lack of knowledge, and that's fine and dandy, that's cool. But at this point, it's open, it's out and open. There's no such thing as you don't know what the Democratic Party stands for. And as a Christian standing on Christian values, you have no business voting for the Democratic Party. And once again, if you click the link in my bio, I got a lecture, more than one lecture that I gave specifically touching on, if you need more understanding on it. I gave lectures that I'm speaking specifically on why Christians have no business voting for Democrat. But I wanted to say that because the brother said that he a Christian and he vote for his values, and that's what his daughter said, which is very powerful. Matter of fact, that his daughter said that. And I got a victory. I also got a video on if you hit the link in my bio, I got a video on parenting and how, and how if you train up a child in the way they should go, as the scriptures say, they won't depart. And your voice should always be like the value that you taught your children, not to mention Christian values, should always be more louder in their head than what the world got to say, because we understand that the world is saying a lot of things that the Bible said was wrong. The world is saying that they's okay now, especially dealing with homosexuality. But I'm going to let the brother finish.
Why don't more people say that? I'm a Christian and I vote my values. My last book, 25 Lies. The first lie I wrote about, I said that the Democrat Party tells us that it's only politics, God won't hold you responsible. They told America, and they told Christians and people of the book, that there's some type of severability between your vote and your walk with God. And Romans 14 and 12 tells us that we will stand in front of God and be held accountable for everything that we do in our lives. So
everything, brother. Thank you for that, brother. Thank you, brother.
Now you have Christian people and people of the book voting for a party that last week voted against a law that would mandate that doctors give aid to children that survive abortions. Yeah, they voted to allow children to die. This is a party that allows for and wants to support 9-month abortion for children. This is a party that believes in this transgender sexual grooming thing to a point where they want you to castrate little boys and cut off the breasts of little girls, and they're telling people they're not going to be held responsible for this. That is a lie. The Democrat Party is an evil institution. They are controlled by a cabal of perverts, liars, and psychopaths. And if you want to know what evil is, I'll make it easy for you. Anybody that intentionally harms a child, even Jesus Christ, the greatest human being to ever walk this earth, said, if you harm one of these little ones, it is better that a millstone be tied around your neck and you be thrown into the sea. Well, I hope some of these Democrats can swim.
You are a brave man and unafraid to tell the truth. Are you getting receptive audiences when you say what you're saying to the people you grew up with in communities that have voted Democrat for, 60, 80, 100 years? What kind of response do you get?
It is always a response where I didn't know. See, the Democrats will come back into these communities and they'll say, hey, we're, giving you free stuff, welfare, public schools. They don't tell you about this part of it. And the media that black people listen to and most rural people listen to don't tell you either. I was in my 30s talking before I knew that the Democrat Party was a party of abortion. The LGBTQ thing, most people, black people don't even know anything about it, and that the Democrat Party is head of it. See, this documentary goes into how this all started with the Civil Rights Movement. It tells you about Martin Luther King Jr. and the bunch of freaks that were with them.
Civil Rights Movement. I got a video about that in my hidden link in the description. I got a video on why the Civil Rights Movement was the biggest mistake that ever happened to the black community. Besides slavery and abortion, the Civil Rights Movement is in the top 3.
In the Civil Rights Movement, it was hard for me to write because Dr. King is an icon in our community.
Yes.
I had an aunt, Aunt Jeannie, that had a house, had a wood heater, and no running water, and she had one picture in our home, and that was Martin Luther King Jr. His picture was in our household. But then I found things. I found that he had won the Margaret Sanger Award for helping her put together the Negro Project that tried to exterminate the black community. That he had been excommunicated from the black church, kicked out of the National Baptist Convention, so he had to start his own sect of the black church called the Progressive National Baptist Convention, and that's the part that Raphael Warnock is part of. It's an apostate group of people. It explains how the Civil Rights Movement helped deliver the black vote to an already racist, evil party and made it now a racist, evil, Marxist party. The Democratic Party is an evil institution. It always has been. And it cannot sustain itself without the Christian vote. So this is a warning. Please go to willyougofforme.com. Look at the trailer. You can pre-order this documentary. Show it to your friends, show it to your neighbors, and warn them that the Democratic Party has set a trap. And they are trying to send you to hell. Don't go to hell with them. Don't go to hell for them. You are better than this. You're smarter than this. Watch this documentary. It'll rock your world.
Vince Everett Ellison, one of our all-time favorites. Great to see you tonight. Thank you, and congrats on the documentary.
No, thank you, Tucker. Thank you for everything that you do. And I treasure our friendship, man. You're a good man.
Amen. Thank you.
Okay, now, brothers and sisters, kings and queens, we're going to go to this next individual that I just seen that happen. I happen to be scrolling through Instagram, and I seen some quote-unquote rhetoric. Now, let's look at this woman's name. Her name is Keisha Hamilton, correct? Look at with her. Look at how she man. You can't make this stuff up, man. Look at her title, racial equity consultant. I don't know what a DEI specialist is. I don't care. CJ reform and social justice advocate. Loudmouth, no solution. AKA, that's what that means. Chair Racial Equity Commission. Right? These are the leaders of the black community. This is why we in the situation that we in. These people are not telling black people, listen, stop killing each other. Listen, stop aborting babies. Listen, stop spraying your seed, man. And going back to what I said, as a black king, no king of no king spread his seed recklessly. No king spread his seed and don't raise his prince or his princess. So if you spreading your seed recklessly, you're not a king, brother. And as a queen, if you let any and everybody inseminate you, you're not a queen, sister. But these are the issues that's affecting our community. Is white supremacy, systematic racism, police brutality an issue? Yeah, of course it may. Of course it's. You know, I always give this analogy. White supremacy, systematic racism, police brutality is the leaky faucet in the house. Abortion, black on black crime, and fatherless homes is the fire in the bedroom. That's the analogy I always give. Now ask yourself, if you in the house, which one would you be more worried about? The bedroom that's on fire or the leaky faucet? Moving forward. And so we're gonna go to a video that this brain dead individual, who may be first now, but soon, if she's not reformed, she will be last or she will be a casualty. Right? So let's see what she said. We're gonna scroll down her page. Because a couple months ago, let's see. Let's see here. Let's see if we can pull it up. I'm sure it's on here still. Um They call you a racist for resisting their racism, Malcolm X. Well, Malcolm X come up in a different time, right? Malcolm X had a right to say what he said in his time. Okay, let's pull it up. Let's see what this
solution so that
brain dead black woman
choose
saying.
choose to be a part of the solution.
Now hold on. I want to be clear. She is no. Let me. This she tweeted out something, right? She tweeted out something, and the tweet that she tweeted got a lot of backlash. So that was her response. So let's find a tweet that she made. Let's see here. And I also want to show you, brothers. Look at people. This man is a bishop. Look, this is a bishop. This is a bishop, guys. This is the guy who they got a whole bunch of black people. I'm sure go to his church and look at him as a god. And this is the type of rhetoric that he's speaking. This is a black preacher, y'all. Remember I told you, 45 and older black, this is who they listen to. This is their God. Look what he's saying. White people swear they're not racist for calling us N-word, profiling us, discriminating against us in employment, housing, and banking, brutalizing, dehumanizing, lynching, and extrajudicially murdering us, but accuse us of being racist for hurting their feelings on Twitter. Now, this is a response to what this brain dead black woman had tweeted, and I'm trying to find it. And my thing is, this is a pastor telling it. This is not a pastor telling his people, "Hey, man, we gotta love everybody and speak love because kings and queens love everybody. They move how they move. They don't hate nobody. They love everybody. They know who in their lane. They know who they fool with, and they know who they don't. But all this hate toward another group of people or or anybody else, even another animal, we don't hate nobody because we know the Most High is not a God of hate, right? He's a God of love. But we do understand who we supposed to be around, and we move accordingly. But we not out here calling people names and basically using an excuse to exercise quote unquote reverse hate, reverse racism, right? Because that's not a problem in our community that we know. And guess where all these people stay at? Guess where the bishops stay at? Guess where this lady here probably stay at? Not in the hood. And ask them, why don't y'all stay around y'all people that y'all quote unquote love so much? Why now that y'all got money, y'all go run around and live with the quote unquote enemy? The WYPIPO, the white people. Why y'all go stay by them? Why? We know why. I don't have to answer that. So I'm trying to find the tweet that she made. Because she made a tweet saying that, let's see here. Let's see if we can find this tweet. But before I let y'all listen to her response for the tweet, I want to let y'all read the tweet, and show y'all why black people in the position. Here we have Ilhan Omar. They hate African who is Muslim having power to say pilots in our country. Another evil, wicked, nasty, evil, wicked. No solution. Big mouth. No solution. Let's go where she stayed. I'm trying to find this tweet. Just look at that. Black people and folks from other marginalized groups are speaking. Listen. Okay, here's the tweet here. Here's the tweet here, I believe. No, that's not it. I can't find it. We'll find it. We'll find it. We'll find it. Do you know any black people who reek? Oh, see. Man, I can't find this tweet. Says she will not apologize for comments and said the real issue is the attempt to silence the discussion around the racial disparity. Can't find this tweet, man. Um, and look. Look. How do we? But his name tell everything we need to know about him. Vax, Tax, and Trey. So he's Vax, so we know everything we know about him. But he say, how do we publicly support Hamilton? She only telling the truth and creating awareness. Do not resign. Man, I wish I could find this tweet. I'm sorry, y'all, for not having this. I should have had this and all. I had it, but I had what I did was I came to another platform. I tell you what. Let's see here. Gotta find this tweet. Whiteness isn't reserved for white people. No, that's not the one. I could have used that one. Oh. Let's see if we can find it this way. Oh, she got a thread of racist tweets. Amazing. Not surprised. Whiteness is so evil. It manipulates, then says, I want to apologize for my dishonesty and trauma, including practices, and think you should applaud it for being honest about its ability to manipulate and be honest. The last thing you have to worry about is an animal. Though it could be very real threat, more dangerous are the very white folks you see on the trail. Be safe. These white women are the stupidest. Found another job eventually, thankfully. The effects of this stuff last. Working, living in, around with white folks is incredibly difficult. Being subjected to their violence and treachery is severely abrasive. But they sleep peacefully at night. It's just tough out here. And I will guarantee you, I will bet everything that I own that this woman do not stay in a black community. She stay around white people because she know staying around her own people what that can bring if they if they're a certain type of people. So let's listen to her response. Let's listen to her response, right? Now mind you, if this was another race of people that said
The
this
fact
about
that it
black
was
people, they would be crying a river. But this is why black people is in the situation that they in. because they follow people like her and they applaud her and they give her titles, and because her title says she's a racial equity consultant or some BS like that, let's listen to what she had to say. I went to the comment section and people was comparing this woman to Rosa Parks, and just foolish, just really foolish. And once again, she's a loud mouth with no solution. Because what does she want? She, just like all liberal blacks, they just want a hug from the white man. That's all they want. Nothing more, nothing less. They don't just like they don't want to transfer wealth. They'll do the little reparation argument here and there just to keep the cheat off them, but that's not what they want. They don't want to transfer power. All they want is the hug and for the white man to affirm them. And so after she did that, I'm gonna show you something too. I want to, and that's why I say these videos can be for everybody. Because as we see sitting on the right of her is a white, and of 9 times 10, a liberal white. You liberal whites that have bought into this lie. Because I really don't like liberal whites. Once again, like I said, I love everybody and I accept everybody who they are and I deal with who I deal with. But you liberal white that we was warned 60 years ago by Malcolm X, y'all in for a rude awakening. Y'all in for a judgment, and y'all gonna just like the black liberals. Y'all will be peasants or casualties, and I hate to say it, but but y'all in a rude awakening. You liberal whites who has who basically patting the black man and the liberal black man and the liberal black woman on the back and telling them, yes, you're right. Black people are cops are hunting black people. Yeah, man, it's okay to be gay. And all these big movements, it's y'all at the Black Lives Matter marches with them. The Black Lives Matter marches. Y'all out there holding hand with the black man. You liberal whites are in for a rude awakening. I just want to let y'all know that. I hope y'all heard it before, but if you haven't, you hearing it here first. Y'all are in for a rude awakening. Judgment is about to touch y'all as well. You want to hang out with the blacks and feel like, oh, you feel so sorry for them. It's not for it's not for white conservatives. This is for white liberals. Y'all is in the same shoes, if not worse than the black liberal, right? Because white people should have been saying, listen, we're not your problem, ma'am. And the next thing about it, notice something about these people like her, which is I call race hustlers. They do this whole race ponder thing to black people for power and wealth. Now she probably gonna be getting getting money to go speak at places and force on our children, our black children, black men and women that really don't know a lot yet because they not being raised in a 2-parent home and they don't really know nothing. So they gonna be listening to this woman speak probably all over the United States on how they a victim because they black. These people like this woman is a poison. They need to be terminated from either life, period, or they need to go somewhere in a corner, somewhere in the house in the country and just shut up because they are a problem. And the white woman on the side of her is even a worse problem for affirming the things she's saying about her own race. And so this is the response after she got backlash over those tweets that I just read you guys.
Choose to be a part of the solution so that in time, the tweet could no longer be factually true. We have to ask ourselves, what are we angered over? The fact that it was said, or the fact that it is true? Or is the issue our incomprehension of how policies and practices established by the white majority are impacting each of us? And the last of the real issues is an attempt to silence the discussion around disparities along racial lines that exist. Choose to be a part of.
All that blah, blah, blah she just said equals white man, white woman, I want a hug from you. I want a hug because I feel like I deserve a hug. That's all she said. Nothing that she said in those tweets is a bunch of hot air and no solutions. And this is who, unfortunately, a lot of our people is following and supporting. And so I'm about to close this video out. But I plan on dropping some more videos today, but I'm about to flood y'all out. I thank y'all for listening to this, and God bless y'all. But listen, black man and black woman, These liberal blacks, these liberal whites, and I'm not even going to acknowledge the liberal whites right now, but these liberal whites, these liberal blacks, like her, and all of us, rest of the race hustlers, like a couple months ago, Brittany Cooper, this overweight fat hog. That's the same woman who went on a talk show and blamed Trump for her being overweight, which you could tell she's been overweight her whole life. This is a professor at a college who is openly in her lectures telling students that white people are evil. White people need to be took out. And she's still able to have a job. People like in Congress like Cori Bush, Maxine Waters, Sheila Jackson Lee. Loud mouths, no solution. Want a hug from the white man. All of them live in big, nice neighborhoods surrounded by white. None of them stay in their communities. But because they ponder to the black man and the black woman, the liberal man and the liberal black woman, and the ones of us, because I was a liberal at one point, right? But see, I was woken up by the Most High, but he sent people to wake me up, and he's sending me to wake some people up, right? These people are not your friend. They don't care about you. The fake black leaders, the fake black pastors, not all the pastors, but most of them. Nobody of the Democratic Party care about you, black man or black woman. I'm gonna say that again. Nobody of the Democratic Party care about you, black man or black woman. They using you for power and wealth because they know long as they keep you angry at somebody who's not doing anything to you, they can keep you focused off what really your problem is. And it's not the white man. It's not the white man. Once again, is the white man white supremacy? Is police brutality? Is systematic racism an issue in the black community? Yes. But as I use the house analogy, it's the leaky faucet. Black on black crime, abortion, fatherless homes, that's the fire in the bedroom. Once again, if you're in the house, which one are you more worried about? A leaky faucet or the fire in the bedroom? All these people, like this young lady here, Cori Bush, Brittany Cooper, Maxine Waters, Sheila Jackson Lee, and any member of the Democratic Party, most of these fake black pastors, not all, but most of them, Jeremiah Wright, this Talbot moron I showed y'all earlier. Let's see who else. The fake black leaders like Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton. These people do not care about you, black people, because if they did, they would not be telling you about the leaky faucet. They would be telling you about the fire in the bedroom. They would be telling you why they doing great in life. They kids go to the best schools. They live in the best neighborhood around white people. But instead, they telling you what you can't do because you black. And you believe in it because you brainwashed. And that's why I'm here to literally wash your brain. I'm here to wash your brain. And I'm here to give you the facts and the solutions to get out of the brainwashing. And that first thing is turn to the Most High. Because as the scriptures say, once you turn to the Most High, truth will set you free. Once you turn to the Most High is the truth. He gonna point you in the truth. So don't listen to the rappers. Don't listen to these fake celebrities that you shouldn't be looking up to anyway. You shouldn't be looking up to nobody but your parent and the Most High. That's the only people who gonna always, in most situations, your parent, not all, but in all situations, the Most High, who gonna have your best interest with no ulterior motive. So you shouldn't be looking up to nobody. You shouldn't be worshiping nobody. You can admire people if they doing something that's constructive or they teaching you to be constructive, but you should not be looking up and admiring anyone, black man or black woman. And for you black wokety wokes who gonna come on my channel in the comment section talking about white people this, white people that, listen, I always wonder something about you black wokety wokes, you black liberals. What are y'all waiting for? What are y'all waiting for? Y'all know what a precinct at, police precinct, city hall, White House. Why don't y'all storm it? What's the revolution? Y'all know why y'all all talk and no shake. Y'all all bark and no bite. All y'all want is a hug from the white man. That's it. That's all this woman want. No solution. Racial equity consulting. Get out of here. But I thank y'all for watching me. Listen to me. And y'all have a blessed day or a blessed night. And I will be back with more content. I'm about to flood y'all. I'm about to give y'all a solution to get out of this foolishness. Pathetic.